I do it again. Oh no, sweet. Okay. Let me just make sure. Oh God. Do I have? Oh, you know what? I might have to cancel this one again too. Hold on one second. How do I see? Wah, wah, wah. Active sources only. Morning, Joe. I might have to come back to this. I don't know if this is on my AirPods or not. Let me see if this is on my AirPods or not. Yeah, it might just be on the mic. Son of a bitch. Properties. There we go. Okay, it's on the AirPods. Sweet. Let me get over here. Wah. Save. We'll close that down. Oh, come on. Home. Live. Is it going to list me at all? Son of a bitch. View channel. There we go. 1218. Wow. Joe, I told my friend up north that I had a fisherman friend who fishes for salmon. He's like, get him to freeze it and send it to you. I'm going to do some quick scans. MPLX. Brokerage holdings. MPLX is probably going to be the only one that comes up. Oh, crowd. Why do I still have that in my brokerage holdings? God, that's going to go for another run. This ain't going to stop till it hits 300. Jesus, that's going to go for another run. DJIA. This is a covered call. It was a great strategy. Morning, Chris. Great strategy from Trader Nate, who used to be on Savvy Trader. Wow, God damn, why did I sell out of that one? Dude, BTU. I don't like call that one. Levered ETFs, anything on the levered ETF front. UVIXI. Ho 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 ho. Still no confirmation, I don't think. No. So let's go to low cost Vanguard. Nothing. Anything in spider sectors? Probably nothing. No. Let's go to the not owned section. Baidu, Ring Central, Best Buy. Best Buy had a nice rebound. VFS, this is VinFast. BMGO, MPLX, okay. Let's go to the Dow and scan. I'm guiding you through my hopes and your hopes and fears. It's crazy. I don't know why, but it sticks in my head too. It's totally AI. I don't know who sings it. I don't know whose voice it is. I have no idea. And I should play it at the beginning of these live sessions too, but I don't know. I'm not that technically talented. I sold out of Cleveland Cliffs too. Okay. I want to see GE got up, but GE Healthcare. I mean, this has been. It's going back to 80. I mean, it's going back to 80. GE Healthcare. I should have this in. Yeah, it's in the not owned. Okay. Um, yeah, I gotta go take some aspirin after I do this. Devon's up 1.72. Cleveland Cliffs, I mean, 8.53%. This is trading at 20. Ugh. Okay. I think I'm gonna just start. Let me just make sure I've got everything in my head. By the way, I've got Nippon Steel buying X US Steel for $55 a share. That's only trading at 50. Caused Cleveland Cliffs to skyrocket. Let me see if Seeking Alpha has anything on Cleveland Cliffs. I know it says Q2, Q3. I mean, 14, it's double what Cleveland Cliffs offered. So, morning, Nevin. That's just crazy. Let me see if there's anything else in the core portfolio that's nuts. Oxy's getting back above 60. Shopify's down. Simon Property Group up another 2%. Exxon's up 1%. God, I've got a sell order in at Exxon, but it's fractional shares. I'm just trying to sell out, but God, this you now have confirmation. Again, it's just end of the year trying to time these things. It's just bad timing. Trying to time these things at the end of the year, you sell them when they're high, not get stuck like I am right now and trying to taxify your selling. But Apple's at its all-time high, 196. I'll probably just dump a bunch of that. I don't want to sell Amazon. If Amazon holds 150, In fact, I probably should put that in here. Um, and I don't know, I'm currently up. Yeah, move past 150. That's the thing. It's a Japanese firm. I can't imagine it getting soaring through. Okay, I'm gonna start this because I got to fly out today too. Let me just make sure everything looks good. Everything's good here. Let me start up here. Good morning. It's Monday, December 18th. I am flying back to New Jersey today, so I am going to go through this quickly, but there is so much to go over. It's crazy. The Nasdaq is up pre-market. Everything looks like we're moving in the right direction. There's no huge catalysts. I wrote a newsletter this weekend to the paid customers. I included not only did I include the market, this was free. So I included the market outlook for free, which was the crazy things that went on last week, the nutso things, why I think it's expanding with IWM lagging and now beating in the short term. I posted this chart previously in the thing in the newsletter. So down here is the paid portion, and I include not only my return and what I'm doing, some of the tax advantaged, how I'm doing it, what tools I'm using, but I also included my look at earnings this week, specifically FedEx, Micron, and Nike. Those are the three. I'll keep those probably until tomorrow, just so that the paid newsletter folks can get a leg up. I don't want to say it for free here, but I'll mention it tomorrow because I did put my take on that, included some charts and things like that. So if you want, subscribe, click on that newsletter. It's dailystockpick.substack.com. If you want to go to any of the links in the podcast, it's the link below, linktree, linktr.ee/dailystockpick without the S. And you'll see, you got everything that you need here. Seeking Alpha, Webull, the newsletter, Visible, everything that I go over. So that's it. Let's go over some news. Early news, Nippon Steel is acquiring U.S. Steel. If you remember, this was the one that Cleveland-Cliffs made a $7 billion offer for back in August. And they got the board said no. The board of U.S. Steel said no. We think it's worth more. Well, they got double that from Nippon Steel, which is a Japanese company. This caused Cleveland-Cliffs to fly. Cleveland-Cliffs will no longer outlay the cash, no longer outlay the stock. They will not dilute shareholders. This is up 8.5% to $20. I sold out early. That was not a good thing. But again, a company that raises prices and is growing through a potential merger with U.S. Steel, yes, please. They're just going. They've got MACD cross-ups. It's a solid company. I think it's a $30 stock. If we look at the long term of this, I sold out of this below. Don't get yourself stuck in a situation like I'm in, where you're at the end of the year and you've got to sell some things in order to raise some cash for tax purposes. So I probably will get back into this one. I think it's going to dip under 20 again, but that's a great trade. Again, Nippon is buying it. It's probably going to close in the second quarter to third quarter of next year. I would expect some regulatory hurdles. Another regulatory hurdle news, Adobe and Figma. Adobe is agreeing to terminate its merger amid regulatory obstacles with Figma. This is a big one because Adobe will pay a $1 billion fee to break this up. It is under $600. I think you're still good in getting this. It is oversold at this point. The RSI is at 31. The MACD is crossing down. Make sure when you buy this, you have confirmation. This was expected. It's already priced in. The $1 billion is already priced in. If you want to read the article, I'll include this article. But it's more about The firms don't believe they can get this through regulatory hurdles. So they're just breaking it up. And that's the thing, is they're just breaking up because of regulatory hurdles. Let's look at Charlie Bielio. I tweeted this out. 2023 returns the Magnificent Seven so far. We're in the last pre-week. So next week is the Santa Claus rally. But you'll see big tech stocks have jumped 75% and now make up 30% of the S&P. That's their return. This is the S&P. This is the other 493. When I say that the IWM and small caps and mid caps are coming up, these are still large cap companies, but you have opportunity for these to come up. Does this mean that these come down? No. It may mean that we're just in a full-on rally. A full-on rally it could be. So, TrendSpider pointed out the IWM Russell now testing the top of its 20-month trading range, breakout or rejection. This is the chart that TrendSpider put in. Solid chart here. You can see 200, 163. IWM, if you want to test it, you can. I like the chart. Go and look at the charts on yourself. There's a new indicator with TrendSpider, BB Trend. And it's an indicator, if you guys know, I talk about Bollinger Bands. This is the inventor of the Bollinger Bands, John Bollinger. And he's got a new indicator on TrendSpider. It's called the BB Trend, and it's even more powerful than the Bollinger Bands. So you can take a look at it. It's an indicator that looks a little bit like MACD, positive momentum, negative momentum. You can take a look at this. If you are a TrendSpider subscriber, I would urge you to take a look at it. What I do with a lot of these things is I actually use them in my additional workspaces. I don't mess with my main workspace. I usually put them in my additional workspaces. So that's a new Bollinger Band indicator. Now, Shea Boulard, you guys know I talk about him a lot. I really like him. Small cap portfolio is up 47%. I am not great at small caps. I typically trade small caps. I don't own small caps. And that's sometimes to my detriment, but most of the time I've done pretty well with large caps. But these are his, if you want a space and you want to look at some names, that's a solid list. I mean, you're looking at SOFI, Ford, DLO, MQ, in the energy space, STEM, FLNC, ASPN, in Rocket Labs. You're looking at cloud, all of those things. You're looking at SaaS plays. Paycom has been beaten down. UiPath right there. There's a lot of good names in here. Consumer, Duolingo, Hims, on I talk about a lot. Lemonade. You can see there's some solid names in that list. I like his list. I'll include it in the newsletter. If you want me to chart one of those, you can absolutely ask me on any of the social media platforms to chart it for you. Another one that Shea Boulard put out, I'm currently updating my model of my holdings and will share my 2026 price targets for each once they are completed. Here's an update for the top 5 holdings. Palantir, $35. I believe Palantir is a solid. I bought it again on Friday. I bought it at $18.50 or so. It's trading at $18.27. It's a solid name. I like this one. Palantir is $35. His next name is Snowflake. Snowflake he has at, let me see, it's $375. This is trading at $198. I would trade it here if it gets the little button hook that we talk about. I think he's a little bit unrealistic in that price range because it is significantly expensive even at this price. You can see the forward PE is 177, and that's with the price at 199. He's saying his price target is 375. So that's a little bit extended, but in my mind, it's a name that I currently own. I do add anywhere between 150 and 200. So I'm probably selling out at that range. It's in a IRA, so I don't have a tax event for that one. Here is Melly, and his price target for Melly is 3,000. You're trading at 1606. I think he's kind of smoking something to get to 3,000. But you can see we hit 2,000 before. So 2,000, even up from 1606, you can see the trend. We're in the bottom line. This is the weekly. From the 4-hour standpoint, you can run this 4-hour algorithm. You can see we were in here at 1200, 1100. You're in at 1600. That's a solid gain. DOCN, his target is 120. This is Digital Holdings to $35. Again, I think he's smoking something. I don't know where he's getting the price target from, but he's solid fundamental. You can see back here in November 2021, this was a $120 stock. So it's just crossing up on its 50-day right now. And finally, CrowdStrike, one that I sold out of, one that actually has a cross up today, which means it's going for another move. I sold out of this one at about 248, 249. Again, don't get yourself into the situation where you have to sell some of your winners for tax purposes. Because it was a winner, it was no loser, I can get back in at any time. I've just been reluctant on this one, particularly with the RSI at 85, to try and get back in, even though the MACD has been diverging and it's been going down, but the stock price has been going up. This is expensive. I don't own this one, but I do own Palo Alto. The forward PE on CrowdStrike is 70. If we go and we look at PanW, the forward PE is 47. So I own Palo Alto in my retirement. I don't own it in my brokerage. I owned CrowdStrike in my brokerage. So just kind of crossing up those little things. But again, as price targets, I will print this out in the newsletter. There is a great, the Stock Market Mentor, he does a stock a day. It's usually 2 to 5 minutes, somewhere around there. His stock this weekend was Amazon. And he said if Amazon can hold 150, he expects it to go even higher to previous. You can check out his charts from this weekly. You can see I'm seeing this one go back up to 180. And I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility that we get there. You have confirmation on this. Amazon is still 25% down from its high. That's an old note. We're 13% from the volume shelf just to get up to the 170s. Again, I think this one's going for another run, and so does the Stock Market Mentor. So I'll include that video if you want to watch it. A great article in Seeking Alpha, NVIDIA, what to expect. And it goes over the 2023 performance and what they expect in 2024. I like this stock. NVIDIA, I don't think it's crazy to think that it continues to go up. It actually gets cheaper as they release earnings. It's at 492 right now. You're going to 500. It's trading between 400 and 500. I own this one. I didn't sell out of this. I want this as a long-term hold. I've added a little bit at 470, but it was 1 or 2 stocks. The majority of mine is still under $300 for the price, but I want it long-term. You can read this article about what to expect in 2024. One that I trade now, that is it's above 300. I kind of said this. I was buying back here at 265. It's above 300. It's at 303. We have confirmation. We could be going for the 350 gap fill. Honest to God, this one trades with NVIDIA. The great article about it. I like that one getting up there. Again, SMCI, it's trading at 303. It's up 1.29%. But I'll include that NVIDIA article as well. Commodity roundup, gold firm, JP Morgan less bullish on oil and gas. That's what caught my eye on this. But what really caught my eye is when you go down here, you can see there's some really good ETFs that trade on this stuff. You can see commodity ETFs, gold ETFs, they list them. Other metal ETFs, if you're interested in them. Oil ETFs. I don't use USO. I use UCO. It's a levered ETF because I like trading oil levered. I don't like to buy and hold oil. But you can see natural gas, UNG. I like oil and KOLD. But these are good ones if you want to look at them. And if you go in here and you type in US, say you just type in USO, and you want to look at USO, and you can look at peers, it brings up other ones that you want to look at. So again, Seeking Alpha, great tool. I like this article. I'll include that in the newsletter. Top 5, let's see, great article on AI companies. This is a great, if you want to know about what AI, what it's doing, blah, blah, blah. This is a great article. UiPath, didn't know about this company. SoundHound, I had traded this one before, hadn't invested in it. NVIDIA is now essential. They're talking about NVIDIA right there, why NVIDIA stock skyrocketed in 2023. And is NVIDIA stock a buy right now? What are the risks? Amazon, right there. We talk about Amazon. This is BOTZ. This is the Global X Robotics and Artificial Intelligence ETF. BOTZ. I don't have it in any of my watch lists, but you can see ever since the end of October, you're up huge in this one. This was a $22 ETF. It's now at $28. So great article on this one. If you want to read it, I'll put it in the newsletter. One that I think you will start to see more of is Affirm. Affirm stock dipped after Morgan Stanley downgrades it. I think you're going to see more articles like this because Affirm look, you can't argue with the fact that Affirm here in the algorithm, November 1st, and you're up 161% in 44 days. If you have a stock like that, these articles will start to appear. Affirm stop dips after Morgan Stanley downgrades rally. This is down 5%. Do I think it should be down 5%? It probably should be down 20%. This is just solidly rebounded. The 50-day is now moving positive. You have confirmation above that 9-day and the 21. It's not old enough to have a 200-day on the weekly, but the RSI is at 80. I would probably be buying puts if I traded options on this one. But I think with some of these stocks, you will start to see this type of article, which will bring the stocks down. So if you have a stock that is up 161% in 44 days, make sure you're taking profits. Don't be greedy. This one is just one that hey, if you're in it, great. If you're not, I would probably just stay away from it until it gets back down to this 200-day. The 200 days at 23, but it's moving pretty significantly. My guess, this pulls back to about 30. I think you get a 3 handle on this one at some point in time soon. Right now it's 41. I think you get a 3 handle if you believe in this one. This is expensive. Here in FinViz, their price to sales is 7. That's just crazy. I mean, even Tesla, which is overvalued, their price to sales is 8. And everybody screams that Tesla is crazy, but Tesla's actually making money. Affirm is not. And so the average price target is 26. You can see today Morgan Stanley brings it down to 20. The largest price target is 30. And you're trading at $41, get out of it. If you're in it, get out of it. We don't have any insider buys. We have a sale of $116 million from a 10% owner, December 11th. They sold at 40. I think 40 is where you want to sell this one. I think it's just run too much. Take your money. Be happy that you got that run. This is a great video from a YouTube channel called Trading Rush. And if you know, Trading Rush is the channel where I found the MACD as a strategy. And he backtests using 10,000 hours or something like that. I don't exactly know his backtest, but the MACD strategy was solid. He ranked best strategies and indicators he's used in a tier list. I like this video. It kind of puts a lot of strategies, and he goes over, hey, you don't want to use just one strategy or one indicator. You want to use a couple, but he puts them into an A, B, C, D, E, F kind of thing. So if you want to look at that and you want to learn about that, understand what you can do is you can go and look at these indicators, go and what he ranks as good, and then just put them into a TrendSpider algorithm. Put them into the TrendSpider, strategy tester, and see what your favorite stocks do on those indicators, and understand it. And if you don't know enough about it, just go and Google more on YouTube, and you can find that. Another educational video that I'll put in the newsletter, the only candlestick pattern guide you'll ever need. This guy goes over so many candlestick patterns. He goes over, engulfing, momentum, multiple candlestick, doji, hammer candlestick. And he goes over all this. Now, at the end, he does say go into TradingView. TradingView, which is a competitor to TrendSpider. The reason, and I don't know if I've ever said this, but I had the opportunity to go with TradingView or TrendSpider when I started looking at charting programs. TradingView is significantly larger than TrendSpider. It gives you some additional tools. What I liked about TrendSpider was its simplicity. It is way more easier for me to do a strategy in TrendSpider than it is TradingView. The other thing that I liked about TrendSpider over TradingView is the fact that it's smaller. So when I had problems with trying to figure out, hey, I wanted to use Heiken Ashi candles because we did a strategy with Heiken Ashi and it just performed incredibly. Well, I said, well, why does I use this contact link down here? And I said to the guys, why does Heiken Ashi perform so much better? They got back to me with, hey, Heiken Ashi, the way it's calculated, it's always going to give you tremendous gains. So don't use Heiken Ashi candles in a strategy. That's why I went with these guys, is because every question that I had, I used that contact us down here. Didn't matter if it was dumb, didn't matter if it was simple, didn't matter if I just had a strategy that I needed help with. They provided me that help. Tremendous, tremendous customer service. And that's why I went with them. Another newsletter that I read this weekend that I really liked, Josh Brown wrote this newsletter. And it's 5 ways you managed to lose money this year. And one, over trading. Unbelievable description. And he says this: if you started doing trading this year and you just, you lost money, say you didn't beat the indices, maybe you were over trading. And again, this is watering your weeds and letting your grass grow. The Warren Buffett quote. He says it. Don't overtrade. Two, follow the smart money. You don't want to follow. He brings up Michael Burry as an example, who shorted $1.6 billion. These guys are, and Stanley Druckenmiller. These guys are doing things. The smart money are doing things that you don't need to take risks on. So I like this one. I love that specific one. And listening to the charlatans, he brings up the rich dad, poor dad dude, who, and he brings, I don't know why he uses Cookie Monster syntax, but yeah, if you're listening to douches on the internet, and he points out this chart where they charted where this guy was calling for the end of the market run because it's just crazy. Understand, this guy makes his money doing business books and teaching. He doesn't teach you things. He just says, hey, you want to make your money here, and he charges you. That's where he makes his money, not in trading. Four, trading options. Yeah, it's fun. I don't trade options. I use it to hedge sometimes. I will never, usually trade options, but maybe I'll get into it in my Webull account in the new year. Five, obsessing over the macro. There's always bad news in the market. There's always good news in the market. You have to sort things out. You have to come up with your own, uh, thesis as to what the market's doing. This is a great newsletter. You should subscribe to them. I absolutely 100% think you should. Social request. Caesar from Spotify asked me to look at Robinhood. I am not a fan of Robinhood as a brokerage. Now, what's interesting is they came out and they said they're attracting larger money because they are matching. They're doing some type of deposit match if you put in like $100,000 and stuff. They're trying to attract larger clients than their smaller clients. So you can see the button hook here. You did get in at $8.06. Ever since their earnings, which they gapped down on, and then it rebounded, you're up 47% over just 24 days. If you can time the bottom, it's great. Most people can't. You can see this 50-day moving. You got a small gap there. The 50-day starting to turn around, but the Bollinger Bands are still wide open. They're coming in. This one, the algorithm loses you 4%. But buying and holding this 2 years ago, you lose 39%. So the algorithm works on this. It protects you. The problem that I have with Robinhood is A, they're not making money. B, their forward PE is 140. It's too expensive. The target price, 11.92. The most recent initiated Redburn on December 1st, $9.50. That 12 $11.92 includes a lot of targets back in 2022 that were $15. I don't think that this stock has legs. I'd rather see you trade it than own it. And trading this one, I think that button hook's starting to happen. I think this MACD is starting to cross over. The RSI is starting to come down. I think sellers are starting to take their profits. I think if you wanted to buy this one, I think you could buy it around the $10 range, and maybe play it back to 11. But I just don't believe in this stock long term. I just don't. Honest to God, I think it's a great trading platform, but that's it. If you want an actual brokerage, go to Schwab, go to Fidelity, and understand that those guys have significantly more tools for you to succeed than a Robinhood. Robinhood has a great app. It is a fantastic app. You know what else has a great app? Webull. And if you want to sign up for Webull, go to the link tree and go down here to the third one. Webull has a fantastic app. You get shares of stock. It is the best app that I have to trade with. I trade with it. I went from $1,000 at the beginning of the year. I'll check it right now. Up to $3,554, 3,554. So yeah, and 92 cents. So that's one that you want to take a look at. Webull. Again, Robinhood, I would suggest you try and take money out of Robinhood. I've just heard horrible stories, and it was in the past. But that's why I didn't go with Robinhood. I didn't put money in there, is trying to get the money out. Just the rumor was it was tough. So scans, let's go over scans. First one is MPLX. Seems like we're having a pretty good day on energy so far. Devon Energy is up almost 2%. Oxy is up almost 2%. Exxon is up almost 2%. So energy seems to be starting to move up. But MPLX, you can see here, 36.03. This is one that has a solid dividend that constantly pays out. It is not one that you trade. I hold it just to get the dividend. It is a 9% dividend right now. They actually pay that dividend. So I like it. You got a double top here at $36.50. You're trading at $36. I would expect you to make 1 or 2% on this one. Its PE is right in line with energy at 10 and 9. The price to sales is fantastic. Up year to date, 9%. So you not only have gotten 9% over 1 year in dividend, you've gotten 11% equity gain. I don't expect that to continue. I expect this to stall out here in the 30s. When it was in the 20s, I thought it was a great buy. I think here in the 30s, it's just kind of sitting there, but they're returning shareholder value, and that's what I like. We went over Shay's call on CrowdStrike, how he thinks it's 300, got another cross up. And I was just bitching on YouTube Live. I was bitching about, I got rid of this at 240. It just got another cross up. Yeah, the RSI is high, but people are calling for this one to go higher. CrowdStrike, let's see, the average target is 248. But most recently, you got 270, you have 330, you have 238. I think you're probably between here and 300. If I didn't have to sell it, and I thought it was going to turn over here with a couple of candles, it didn't. It just continued to go. DJIA, which is a covered call strategy. If we go over to Seeking Alpha and we look up DJIA, this is one that I believe puts off a pretty good dividend. It's the Dow 30. Let's see, DJIA. It puts off a 7% dividend. This one has a cross up. You can see it basically covered call ETF right there. It's got the cross up. It's up over its, Dow's at all-time highs. So you've come in a covered call. Not only are you getting 7% monthly dividend, I think, but right now you've got a nice 5% gain in this if you timed it with the algorithm. Again, the algorithm's pretty good. One that has a cross up that's pretty interesting. At some point in time, the VIX has to turn. It is super, super low. If we go over here to FinViz and we look at the VIX, UVIXI trades triple lever on the VIX. It's at 12. If you look at the 5-year of the VIX, we're down at levels we haven't seen since 2020. So, UVIXI measures the volatility. This is a ProShare Ultra VIX short UVIXI. So, this is short-term futures. It's not a short. The short is SVIXI, and SVIXI has been on a tear. UVIXI just been losing because the VIX has been going down. So, at some point in time, this one has to turn. One that's interesting to me is Best Buy. Before their earnings, you can see it was in a slide. They had their earnings. Now you're up, 18% in 33 days, just over a month. That's a solid move. Solid move. And another MACD cross up. You can see right down here, it crossed up. The RSI is at 64. I don't know that I'd necessarily get into there, but I thought that one was interesting. Another cross up, CSX Corporation. This is one that just been, again, it's been on a tear. This is transportation. You're up 14% in this one. 14% over 47 days in a stock that just doesn't move like that. You can see it got down to the 200-day and it came back up. Again, that beaten down stocks come back up. And the final one is GE. GE had a cross up here. It's another cross up. You went from 109 to 123. If you got in on the algorithm, you made a nice 13% right there. The MACD's just crossing up again. I mean, it's going for another run. The RSI is at 64. Am I getting into this one at this price? No. From an all-time perspective, you can see from a monthly, we're not even at the 200-day. From a weekly, again, GE is one of these rebound stocks. From a weekly, you go back to 2020, your 200 days starting to turn positive. You had this golden cross and you've continued up. So it's been a solid play right here. But yeah, if you want any of the algorithm stuff, it's here in TrendSpider. Just click on that link at Linktree, and you can go up here and you can look at the plans and pricing to see what the current sales are. Right now, you can get TrendSpider for under $400, $397. What that includes is my algorithm, my watch list, my scanners, everything that I use on screen, you will get access to through a link. What you do is you go to Linktree, you click on that link, you sign up for TrendSpider through that process, get the elite level, the middle, that's the solid form. The essential does not include my algorithms because you can only scan back to 1 day. You can only use a daily time frame. So you can scan on the daily, weekly, monthly. You can't use my algorithm in Essential. You can in Elite or Elite Plus. So you want Elite, that's the kind of sweet spot right there. What you're going to do is you're going to go through the process, sign up. Then you're going to go back here and you're going to email me at dailystockpick.substack.com. I will email you back a welcome letter that includes links where you just basically import everything that you need. So TrendSpider includes everything. Seeking Alpha, in my my daily newsletter that I put out this weekend, the paid subs know I use Seeking Alpha to try and track everything. It's $50 off. Between these two, again, it's about I think about just under $600. With sales, sometimes you can get these, both of them, for under $500. But I wouldn't wait. I would try and end your year at a successful realm. Start your year next year with the tools that you need. Again, it's Seeking Alpha and TrendSpider. The other one that I would say is, hey, if you have a small account, join Webull. I think it's the best app. On my phone, I love their charts on my phone. I absolutely love their charts on my phone. At the very least, sign up for the Daily Stock Pick newsletter. You can click that link. It's free on the weekdays. I send one out every weekday that the market's open. You got Visible, where you can save $20 off your first month. So if you sign up directly through Visible, you get their $25 a month or $35 a month plan. But if you sign up through me, you get $20 off. So if you use that link, you get $20 off. Use my referral link here for Tesla. If you have AT&T at your house, you can get 1 gig service. I saw a home and garden. It was a CNBC Making It video on YouTube where the woman lives in Italy and Atlanta. And she said she was paying close to $150 a month for home internet service. That's crazy. I pay $69 a month and I get $5 off because I have auto pay for 1 gig service through AT&T. So if you have AT&T at your house, check it. You can check it right there. You'll get a billing credit, and I get a billing credit as well. Any of the other links that you want down here, Savvy Trader. Remember, if you made money during this year, you can always tip me. I'd rather see you use it for tools, so maybe sign up for my my paid newsletter at $80 a year. You can always tip me through Venmo, PayPal, or Cash App, any way that you want, or just again sign up for the tools. I'd rather see you rather than tipping me $500. I'd rather see you sign up for the tools. That's it. That's it. So, but I appreciate everybody's generosity. I appreciate everybody. I am off because I've got to fly out. I'm flying out to New Jersey. So, okay, I will talk to you guys tomorrow morning from New Jersey. Take care. Bye. Okay, let me look at your comments. Ooh, cutting me. I can't believe how much, morning Sherry, how much that fucking theme song gets into my head too. When I'm editing the videos together, because I got to listen to it for like 2 or 3 times. Webull charges more than Robinhood? Do they? What do they charge you for? Hey Mo, I don't know. I haven't gotten a charge from Webull at all. Maybe it's on the options play and stuff. Um, but I can tell you, Nevin, Webull makes you feel. Is it? You know what you have to do, Nevin, and what I did? Honest to God, this was what I did. I went to YouTube when I was having problems, and I went Webull app for beginners. And these dudes, while they're kind of grifters, um, uh, yeah, it's been a while. I mean, I did this at the beginning of the year, so I think this would may have been the guy that I watched. Um, this was the guy that I watched, I think, 3 years ago. Oh God, Kelly OG, biggest grifter on. God, she's just options trading 10 minutes to $1,000 a day. You ain't making $1,000 a day. Okay, we got to look at this.
That I saw that said, listen, money isn't everything, but it does affect everything. And so we want to be in a position where we're so comfortable in life that we don't have to worry about money. So today, I know a lot of you are wondering, what is options trading? How do you do it? I personally started with $26 trading and have turned that into over $100,000.
She's
And
horrible.
so from my mistakes that I've made along the
Oh my
way and
God.
the intense amount of hard work that I put into it, I was like, okay, let me make an options trading breakdown video. It's you have to hold this contract until this date. Up. Pick up the phone to call, put down. So call is up, put is down. 8-4. And then I'm screen recording my screen, so y'all will also see this on the screen as well. But then you see that there's $104 around it to 40, right? Currently holding
She
it
ain't making a
or
thousand
interested
dollars
in
a day.
holding it.
She's
Your
taking your
high.
money. She's taking your money. Ugh. I'm not a fan. Um, yeah. Okay. Sweet. Thanks, Michael. Morning, William. Thanks, Mo. Interactive brokers. Interactive brokers. I have a few friends who have signed up for interactive brokers, And Chris, do you like the app on Interactive Brokers, or because I think my friends use the desktop platform for Interactive Brokers? It's Kelly Ochi. Let's see. Hey, I do have an app. Yeah, and mind you, I think Interactive Brokers is actually really good. And I do too, Chris. I'm boomer like that. I can't trade I can't trade effectively in a large account on my phone. Like Fidelity is my large account. I can't do it effectively on the phone. And I don't know if that's the Fidelity app or if it's the um, just the I'm much more precise. Yeah, I know. I know, Chris. This app looks nice, but I do love the Weeble app. The Weeble app is nice because if I don't necessarily care about price, I'm just doing swing trading, and I'm not concerned like Palantir. I bought Palantir. What did I buy? 5 shares of Palantir. I bought um, no 15 shares. It's not much. It's $200. I only had $300 in there because most of it's all allocated to shares already. So my IONQ, Brandon, is up 33%. My Gap is up 46%. My Boeing is up 21%. Snap is up 32%. That's what's crazy. I mean, here, look at this. I mean, we talked about a firm, but look at Snap. Um, Snap is just starting its breakout. So, but it's still expensive. I don't know when this is going to end. They're losing money. Their average price target is 11.94. They're trading at $16. Now, today, Guggenheim upgrade to 23. Last week, Wells Fargo upgrade to 22. Jefferies hold to buy at 16. That was back in November. So they're just continually updating their and let's see, is anybody buying? Nobody's buying. They're selling at 11 and 14. Not in big amounts. These are not big amounts. I mean, this is the chief technology officer sold at 9, a million shares. But he needed money. I mean, that's pretty clear. If he's just selling a million shares, he's got a ton of shares left. Um, yeah, this dude's just getting out. I mean, he's just cashing in. So that's how much he has left. He's got 67 million shares left. So he's not selling a ton. But all right, all right, all right. Rob Seidel. That's Matthew McConaughey. All right, all right, all right. Boeing's down. Boeing's turning over a little. Not quite. I mean, you still have confirmation on that one. I'm not selling it. God, Costco is so juicy for this $15. Let's see. What's 15 divided by 665? The answer is approximately 0.0. That's a 2% dividend right there. You're going to get paid 2% right there. I think I'm going to buy a shit ton of Costco for a 2% dividend. Oh, it's paid out in the new year. Oh, We just opened up. So, and then I'm going to go, I got to edit this. I'll do an indices check. I am down 0.34%. I assume that's all Apple. And I'd assume my order for Exxon went through. Let's see. All positions. Oh, okay. I have got to go because I have got to edit this and I've got to make a trade. I will talk to you guys tomorrow.